Attention passionate New York Giants FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Giants' defense, especially in the secondary. Rumors are swirling that the Atlanta Falcons, currently sitting at a 4-7 record, are looking to shake things up and rebuild their roster. And one name that keeps coming up in the chatter is Jessie Bates, III. Now, for those of you who follow the NFL closely, you know Bates as one of the most instinctive safeties in the league, a true ball hawk with a nose for making plays. He's been a key piece for the Falcons, especially in their secondary, which has been a bit banged up and underperforming lately. With their current rebuild mode, and considering their cap situation, around $11 million in space, they're reportedly open to trading Bates, who's a free agent after this season, in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. For the Giants, this could be a perfect opportunity to bolster a secondary that's been hit hard by injuries, particularly Nubin and Johnson Jr. Both of those guys have been valuable, but injuries have limited their impact, and the Giants could use a veteran presence like Bates to stabilize the back end. The idea is that Bates, a player who's been a game-changer in his career, could bring not just his skills but also leadership and a winning mentality that the Giants are desperately trying to cultivate. If the trade goes through, it would be a significant upgrade, especially considering Bates' production this season. He's been making an impact with over 80 tackles, including some crucial ones, and his instincts in coverage are second to none. His resume is impressive. Drafted in 2018, he's been an all-pro safety, with a career spanning 8 seasons, accumulating over 400 solo tackles, 200 assists, 22 interceptions, 15 pass breakups, and a PFF grade that typically hovers around 88. 5. His coverage grade at 89.2 shows he's a top-tier player in one of the most critical positions on defense. What makes Bates such a perfect fit for the Giants is his ability to read plays and be a step ahead of receivers, turning potential gains into turnovers for the defense. His EPA per target, at 14, demonstrates how effective he is at shutting down opponents' passing attacks. Plus, his tackling stats are solid, averaging around 15 tackles for loss per year, and he's been good at limiting big plays. He allows about 4 yards after catch per reception, which is pretty impressive. Last season, in 11 games, he recorded 2 interceptions and a forced fumble, showing his knack for making game-changing plays. His run support is also notable. He's willing to come down and support the run, which is essential for a Giants defense trying to tighten up against the run and pass. Now, why would the Falcons consider trading Bates? Well, their cap situation is tight, and with quarterback Desmond Ridder showing some promise, they're probably looking to make strategic moves to retool the roster. But there's also some hesitation. They're aware of what losing Bates could mean. He's their defensive leader, and big plays allowed have increased by about 19% this season, from 18 to around 22 per game. They're also eyeing extensions for other key players like Pitts, which could be eating into their cap space, and they're prioritizing upgrades on the offensive line and at wide receiver. Still, they might be ceding some of their defensive stability to offload Bates and free up cap space, especially if they're not confident about competing in the short term. For the Giants, adding Bates could be the boost they need to turn their season around. Their current record of 2-10 is far from ideal, but with a player like Bates, they could see a significant uptick in their defensive efficiency. The stats are promising. Projecting Bates into the Giants' scheme suggests he could easily rack up around 12 interceptions over the next seasons, boosting their secondary's takeaway total. Right now, the Giants are allowing about 25. 8 points per game, but with Bates anchoring the backfield, that number could drop closer to 20, especially with his ability to read plays and shut down the most dangerous receivers. The synergy between Bates and safety McKinney could be a game-changer, providing the kind of leadership and consistency that has been missing. Bates's presence would also help with coverage on tight ends like Dallas Goedert, creating mismatches that the Giants could exploit on defense. His ability to cover TEs and support the run game with a run support percentage that could increase from 30% to around 50%, makes him a versatile piece in the Giants' puzzle. His impact on third down conversions, with stops increasing from 36% to over 50%, could be vital in turning close games into wins. And with his knack for making big plays, paralyzing offenses with interceptions, forced fumbles, and contested pressures, he could elevate the entire secondary, pushing the PFF grade from around 82.5 to nearly 89.0. While it might seem like a bold move, adding Bates could be the kind of strategic shift that propels the Giants into playoff contention sooner rather than later. Looking ahead to the Super Bowl odds, the Giants' chances could improve dramatically if they manage to land a player of Bates' caliber. Bookmakers currently have their odds at plus 100.0, but with this addition, they could see those odds shrink to plus 30.0 or even lower, especially if Bates helps them secure crucial wins down the stretch. The impact on NFC East rivalries, especially against teams like the Eagles, could be profound, giving the Giants a serious boost on defense when it matters most. And let's not forget, this move would send a message to the entire league that the Giants are serious about competing now. Bates' experience, leadership, and playmaking ability could be the X factor that turns their season around and sets the stage for a deep playoff run. The Giants are building something special, and bringing in a player like Bates would send a clear signal that they're all in on winning. Fans are dreaming of that Super Bowl run, and with the right moves like this potential trade, they could be closer than ever to ending their long championship drought. The legacy of the blue and white, the spirit of the fans, and the relentless drive of the team could all come together if this move goes through. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. In conclusion, folks, this potential trade for Jesse Bates could be exactly what the Giants need to turn the tide. It's a bold move, no doubt about it, but one that could pay off in a major way. Imagine Bates roaming that backfield, making plays, and giving our defense the kind of consistency and swagger they've been missing. It's the kind of move that could not only elevate the team this season, but also set them up for future success. The Giants have always been a franchise that fights hard, and adding a player like Bates would be the perfect way to solidify their defense and send a message across the league that the Blue are here to contend. Whether or not this trade materializes, one thing is clear. The Giants are in an interesting spot, and their front office is exploring all options to bring that winning edge back to MetLife Stadium. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.